Hello, hello, world. I am back in my office for the moment, getting ready to go out and take a walk. Um, just kind of wanted to go over a little bit. I had talked about yesterday in my update about the being alone and those sorts of things, and just kind of wanted to go over and touch a little bit more on that. Um, actually, have been alone throughout different parts of my life. Ironically enough, mostly when I have been in my home state. It started out very much when I was younger. I actually read Mary Trump's book because I wanted to find out a little bit about Trump's history, Donald Trump. And come to find out that in the beginning of the book, she kind of goes over his, when he was 2 years old, waking up and there was nobody home, no adults home. His brother had just been born and there was no adults home when he woke up, and he kind of needed an adult around. And it kind of sounded like through that part of the story that Mary had written as well, that dad was always busy, grandma was busy, and mom unfortunately was in an illness after having her last son and wasn't around and wasn't able to be there. So it was one of those things that, to me it was understandable. 2 years old, waking up, and suddenly for however many years there was no parent around for the longest time. And in many ways, I had many, many mothers around, but at the same time, I also had my actual mom that would put me to bed at night and decide to go out. And that happened a bit when I was younger. And then also, probably the more recent stuff, of course, is in 2020 when the world broke out into chaos. Come to try and make new friends, and I was meeting people from all over the world and such like that. And try to reach out to new people to get to know them. And I was hit a lot with people being too busy, or they couldn't quite do it at this time, but yet at the same time they were able to spend time with other people and meet other people and such like that. And I was going through a spiraling moment in 2021 when I had been reaching out to a few different people. And one person, being a counselor at a school, she is no more a counselor at a school, but she was during that time, had finally noticed that I was kind of going through some stuff and wanted to know, hey, did you want to talk about something? And it's just like, and I told her straight up, I'm just reaching out for friends right now. But if you don't have time, I totally understand that. But yes, I'm going through stuff, but I'm not a misery loves company sort of person. So I'm looking for a friend if you'd like to be a friend at this time. Oh, okay. And that was that. So that was kind of what I came up across. And then, of course, when I'd reach out to other people and such like that, even here within my neighborhood and such, it was just very, very amazing. 2020 was very much chaos. That's when chaos really, really came into the whole collective for the whole world, that we were all experiencing a collective chaos at the same time. And granted, that chaos really hasn't gone away yet, but I did notice when I was trying to reach out to people, even here in my neighborhood and around me and such like that, not people I already knew, but new people, or people that I hadn't gotten to actually get to know and such like that, people seemed very afraid of other humans. And it's just very, very interesting to me that, we were in that time frame. Granted, I know there was a lot of chaos going around and such like that. But in my mind, I was kind of thinking that would be more of a time that you want people around more. But people seem to be very, very afraid of other humans. So there was that whole thing. And then finally, as I got into started the whole travel stuff, which again, that is on hold right now, but in time I will get back to that. But when I started getting into the travel stuff back in November of last year, November 1st, I actually started doing that. I finally started finding people that were around and throughout the country and such like that, also throughout the world, really, that were not afraid of people. And I was able to start reaching out and meeting new people and making new friends, which was great. Very, very great in that whole thing. And of course, with my experience that I've had these past couple of months, I haven't been able to keep in contact with them, unfortunately, but I will be getting back in contact with them in time as soon as I've got everything straightened back out. But when it comes to being alone and not having people around, I definitely understand that from, youthful times of once upon a time to even in the here and the now, right? You know, this very moment actually, but and reaching out and trying to get to know people. And I love making friendships and meeting new people and such like that. That's always been something that I've always really enjoyed. So I just, again, wanted to briefly touch on the being alone aspect. And definitely, again, I've been through stuff too. So that is one of those things. Have I chosen to be alone so much? In some ways, because when my body was so ill and I wasn't able to do a whole lot except for go to work and come home and sleep. And that was pretty much my whole daily routine. Get up, go to work, come home, not have the energy to do anything, get 2 days off and basically rest and sleep those whole times. I didn't have it in me to be able to be up and around people during those times, unfortunately. And then as my body started to heal with health coaching and such like that, you know, I started to reach out to people. And of course, it was 2020 during that time, and then 2021, where people still seem to be very, very, I mean, honestly, terrified of other humans, even through a computer, terrified of other humans. It was just very, very interesting time that we have been in. And I know we are still, again, not out of the chaos yet, but we are in a different time of things, and people are gathering back together and getting back together. So that part is very nice. Again, I am definitely getting out and about, being seen as much as I possibly can, and still reaching out to people and still, you know, reintroducing myself to my friends that I have had that I know for sure are friends and that I will spend time with. And I know they've had things that they've dealt with, and I know I've got a lot of friends too that have been dealing with their own illnesses and sicknesses as well. So I know it takes time with some of that stuff. And then there's other people that I know probably will not be going with me into my future with things. It's just going to be easier and better that way, because sometimes you got to part with the old things that weren't really there for your true well-being anyway, and they were just there for their own well-beings. And I have noticed that within the past 3, almost 4 years as well, who was there and who really hasn't been. But that is that right now, and definitely, again, going through lots and lots of changes myself personally and all of us in the world. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Again, stay healthy, actually have fun, be safe, and get healthy. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.